welcome you to the Hit and Run Candlestick Show featuring the Road to Wealth. And our Road to Wealth coaching, 2 hours, $49. Get a hold of me, send me an email. We have it on our website. You'll see it on something I'm going to show you just a minute that I do every day. Need to check how much money I need to make. So if you're interested, give me a shout. 2 hours, $49. Learn the blueprint to the road to wealth. As of now, the account has tripled in 9.5 months. The statement will be out in like 6-7 days. We post it on the website. You're more than welcome to see it. Right now, at this moment, I'm working to quadruple it. Say in 10, 11 months is what I'm doing. So if you'd like to see if your account could do that, let me give you a hand. Can't guarantee that it'll happen for you. Not all trades and not all traders are typical, but I will certainly teach you what I know. So 2 weeks, 14 days, $49. All right, let's get going here. Hey, good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Today is November 4th, 2025. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Gold, Coach, Goodson, Julie, JW, Bill, Thomas, William. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sharon, Daryl, Chip, Melinda, Rod, Roger, Sonny. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's see. Click over there. There we go. All righty. Wow. Let's start with PLTR. I think, why is that doing that? Oh, okay. Let's start with PLTR. PLTR here. Everybody thought that it was going to report and just pop it out of the park. I don't know what the numbers were. I've heard some people say the numbers are good, so why is it moving back? I don't know. Maybe they said something that didn't work out so well. It could be, too, this good old-fashioned profit taking because everybody's scared to death of the market right now. Let's take a look at the SPY. I spent a lot of time looking at the SPY. I posted quite a few comments in our decor room last night. And by the way, everyone is welcome and invited to be there. I sit there at night and usually chat about charts, and we have a few people that chat back and share things. So that's that Discord account if anyone's interested. Okay, so let's break this SPY down because a few days ago I had mentioned, we may be getting a little toppy. In fact, I bought some puts. I've got some puts still holding them. They're going to do all right today. We'll see what they do by the end of the day. Here we have this what am I trying to say? Hangman up here. Now, I will admit, a hangman, most people are going to look for a hangman to be a little bit higher, maybe not this high. This is just the canvas I have. They're going to look for something like that. But I think I'm a little different. There may be a few other people that think like me, that if you read one book on candlesticks and think you know it all, well, you don't. Any candlestick book you read, you have to read between the lines. This doesn't exactly mean that, and that doesn't exactly mean this. And I sure as heck wouldn't bet my life on, well, that's what this means. No, wouldn't bet on that if I was you. So what we do have here is we have a chart that has been pushed up pretty doggone high. We've got a doji. We've got this candle that looks like a hammer, but it's at the top. We call that a hangman up there. Again, if you read the books, it should be a little bit higher up, but nevertheless, here we are. Then we gap down. The gap down is an ugly day. And then the day is an ugly day. And then the next day is ugly day. But wait, we put some legs on it. And I say, so what, until we break out. The next day is an ugly day. But wait, we put some legs on it. But hey, I say, so what, until we break out. And we've not broken out. So also, when you're looking at this chart, let's do this right here. We are down and we are up. And that's a bear flag. Now, I got to tell you, I am pretty much, you know, price above the T line above the trend indicator. I'm a bull. There's no question about that. But I also take into account what the candlesticks are doing. What is price action telling us? Now, we've talked about all this, okay? And now today we wake up and we're gapping down and everybody's puckering up like, oh, it's never been talked about before. Be careful. I want to remind everybody that cash is a position. You do not have to be in a position if the market is above your head. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? This market is a little bit above my head to be risking my money. And that's okay. What we're looking for is some good, solid momentum. All we've got is right now is good, solid crap. That's it. All we've got is sideways chop. Now, we could get bearish, and we could. And the bearish wisdom will come if we start breaking down. And I'm going to use this level right there. And that would be the 50% mark coming back. Anything below that green line, I'm going to be a little bit to the bearish side, which actually I'm a little bit to the bearish side now. Come down and test that 50 period moving average as a possibility. We fail the 50 period moving average, and well, yeah, the bears are winning the game, no doubt. So far in the big picture, we've got a bullish trend with a pullback. Trade what you can handle. Okay, this is important. Do not blow your account up trying to push string across a busy street. A big old truck will run you over, and you don't want to do that. Wait till the street is not so busy. Okay. All right. With that said, let's take a look at the market. Thank you, everyone, for being here, by the way. T2123. Look, if you don't have TC2000, that's cool. That's not a problem. All you've got to do is say, hey, Rick, can you show me TC2000? 21 TC 2123 in TC2000. That's all you got to do. Right there is telling us stay away from longs right now. Look at VXX. Look how we're moving up. Remember last week, I think I posted my triangle of love. Do you guys remember that? You've got the SPY bullish, right? You've got the T2123 bullish. You've got VIX bullish. Remember that was the triangle of love. Okay, let's do this. Right now, honestly, most love triangles don't work out, do they? I mean, they really don't. When you think about it, they really, really don't. And this is what happens when a love triangle does not work out. It is total disaster. The SPY is flipped on its head. T2123 is down in the dumps. And the VIX, well, they're just happy as a lark running uphill. And that is not a good recipe for a love triangle. So trust me, it's love triangle has gone disastrous. So keep that in mind. All righty, let's look at some charts. I think really all I have are shorts is what I think. Take a look at some TZA here. Look at some TZA moving up. So if you're interested, let's see, Sonny, I'm not sure if that's a question to me or not. Sonny, that's easy for you to say. Is the love triangle? We'll talk about that over beers. Now, TCA is moving up here. So if you're looking to short IWM, maybe you can't short, maybe you don't want to short. I don't know. Maybe you just like trading TZA too. This is setting up pretty nice. So I'm going to be watching TZA pretty good I would like it to calm down a little bit. Let's get over that little gap. Watch for that entry, and then we'll look for that trade on TZA here. If you look at IWM, here we are. We're below that 50 period moving average. And I know there's going to be a lot of sharks out there licking their chops. Man, what a great buy right here. And you know what? It might be. This might be the bottom. This might be the buy, but I'd sure as hell wait for some some confirmation if I was you. So take it slow, take it easy, let the pattern develop. But right now, price under that 50 period moving average, T line under the trend indicator. I'm smelling something a little fishy going on here. Be careful. All right. Here's a nice short SCHW. Look at that. SCHW. Targets would be headed toward our 200 period moving averages. There are two. This is a modified one, the dotted one. The second one is the 200 SMA. So I think SCMH setting up for that short trade, we could be looking at somewhere around 2.5 and then down here to 5.5% on the stock. You'll get up there in the 10, 12, 15% on the option, and nothing says it has to stop there. It could easily move down lower. If we take a look at the weekly chart, you can see how we're bumping up against that trend indicator right now and push back 7%, 7.5 to the 50, and then down here to a little bit of price action maybe is 10, 11%. Take a peek at the cloud. Look at the cloud. So here we are. It looks like we're about to go under the cloud, and then you'll get that cloud storm under there, and that looks like it might drive down into that 4 or 5% mark. Okay, so SCHW to me is looking awfully good for a short. Let's take a look at TJX. TJX is setting up for a short. That's weekly. There's the chart I'm looking at. See how we've rolled over here? We made a high, and then we made a failed high, and then we started rolling over. See how we're underneath the 50 period moving average? T-line is trying to cross over, and T-line is also below the trend indicator. Trend indicator's red. It's all bending to the downside. You could easily see a little bounce back up because a lot of traders are going to buy this pullback, thinking that, hey, you're getting some super secret entries and you're going to make a lot of money. Boy, I don't know. That one's going to have to be proved to me, okay? But right now, TGX looks like short. My targets to the downside would be the next major moving averages that I use, and that's going to be the dotted deuce right here and the 200 period moving average. If we get down into that area, let's look at some price action, I guess. See, right through here, we could see a little bouncing. Now, right through there, we're almost to that dotted deuce too. So right in here might give you a little price action support. RSP, take a look at RSP. And this is an important chart, important ticker when you're looking at the market. I look at it often. Many traders in our trading room looks at it, and it's worth it. It's worth to take a look. It's worth to put it into your when you're trying to make decisions on the market. It's worth having that part of your basket of charts to look at. You can see here that we've clearly broken that 50 period moving average. One could say, well, we have support right here, don't we? Well, support is only when it's proved to have support. So far, I don't see the proof. Proof would be, for me, something like this right here. So we come up again, and maybe you get a pullback, and then maybe you come up. Well, then we can look back and say, yodi dodi, look at that. That was support. But to say it's support now, no, it's not support now, because we don't know in fact, it's going to be support. Right now, I'm looking at our two major moving averages down here as a target. From here, we could see a little bounce up. And what might that bounce look like? Well, a typical failed rally, perhaps. How about something like this? And then how about we just start drawing a line like this? And then how about we just do this? And how about we just get right down to those targets? So there's the possibility. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm on the verge of becoming bearish. All right, I'm on that verge. Now, Somehow, I still think we get to 700, but we're going to need what it looks like is we're going to need some real shaking going on down here to shake some traders out, to shake that tree before we get up there. I'm not ready to give up on 700, but it sure as heck's not happening today. And right now, the object of today, meaning today, tomorrow, the next day, is to get this market into a position where it can build a bottom to start running back up. And that could be a very, very impressive run and a very profitable run as well. So, hey, S, you're taking a look at Merck, could be a short. Yes, take a look at Merck. Merck could be setting up short here. Yeah, very easy. I just glanced over to look at my chart with the cloud on it. If we pop underneath the cloud here, then yeah, that would just be one of those tools. It's not guaranteed it's going to be short and go down a lot, but it is one of those tools that we might use to take a look at it. I'm going to draw a line like this. That's pretty close, isn't it? So if we take this low and then come over and tag this low over here, whatever, July of 25, and we just draw that line on straight, you see where support, we could come to that possible diagonal support line. The question is, will it support, and will it bounce up, or will it fall apart? So yeah, Merck is one of those to take a look at that. Yeah. Hey, Sharon, you're looking at some Oracle. Yeah, take a look at Oracle here. That's not too good. I believe I posted Oracle on the Discord account last night, but that looks like we're headed down toward the dotted deuce and then perhaps the 200 period moving average. The trend will stay a trend till it's no longer a trend. That's pretty simple, price, T-line, trend indicator below the 50. Trend will stay a trend till it's no longer a trend. When it breaks the trend down, this is what it will look like right here. See how the red goes to green, price gets above the green, T-line gets above the green. So right now, Oracle is looking a little to the short side. Yeah. So Meta. Meta's the same way. The thing about Meta, I don't think I would chase Meta at this point. It's already been running downhill for a bit, and I wouldn't chase it. Now, right here is the 500 period moving average. It could just slowly, sag into that area, but I suspect we're going to get some bounces in Meta before we get down there. Let's see. You're saying TSL looks good? Tesla's still holding in there. Yeah. Tesla. Yeah, it's still hanging in there. Yeah, that it is. Let's see. We need the government to open, which will will increase liquidity drained by our closure. That the comment coming from the what am I trying to say? Our Restream, which is open to Facebook, X, and YouTube. I agree. I think that would absolutely help. I think it would help a little. Yeah, I truly believe that. Yeah. Run. Take a look at Run. Run is looking short. I mean, you can clearly see that, right? Everybody can see how that's looking. Where's the next stopping point? I would say right here at the 50 period moving average. It could be a dead stop and then reverse, and it could be more follow through to the downside. You've got some price action over here that might help with that stop. You've got the 50 period moving average with that stop, but there's just no question in the world. You've got a target there, and then where will it go next? Now, there's plenty moving averages in this area that one might use. I tend not to use any in there. It clutters my chart up. But there are plenty that might work in there. What else do we have here? VXX. Yeah, VXX right now would be a long trade for me. Anything above that 50 period moving average, the blue line, I would look at that as a trade. Target wise, let's see if this action continues, it'll run right up into that green bar there in that 36 area. Let's see what it does after that. But yeah, right now VXX would be a trade to the upside. Hey Daryl, BBAI short, absolutely. See the failure. So what did we fail here? I'm going to get rid of all that. There we go. So what have we failed here? We failed making new highs. We turned the green dots into red dots, right? Everybody knows about that. That's uncool. That's not good if you're bull. T-line has gone below the trend indicator. So now where's the trend? The trend, the momentum is to the downside. That's beautiful. You know, the question is now whether this is an absolute entry right here. You've got you've got your stop above you here. If it started moving up, you might not want to be in it. If the dot starts to turn green, you don't want to be in it. But it's giving us two targets down here, just absolutely perfect. Just bang right there. Target 1, 7%. Target 2 in that 10% mark right in here. And it could absolutely run a little bit less. I'm going to earnings on the 10th. Remember that. But yeah. What else do we have? Let's see. I probably have a couple more here. Let's do this. Let's look at KWEB. Anybody looking at that short? KWEB. So here we are. We have a high. We broke the trend. We failed to make a new high. Here we came down. We failed the high. Well, we broke out of this high. We failed to make a high here. Trend indicator rolling over. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Moving down. Targets to the downside. Around that 37 mark. And then around the 35, maybe 36 mark here on that. So short. Did I look at TQQQ? This is one that I'm going to be looking at. TQQQ short. Popped up high. We gapped down. I mean, talking about three sinfully ugly candles. And then we gapped down here. So this is one, like I say, I'm looking at this short. And here's what I'll be doing. I'm going to take this low, come up to this high right there. And that 50% level is always a target for me. And on the bullish trades, what we do is go one above it. But on the short, we're going to go one below it. And that's the 61.8 true retracement down here. And we get to 61.8. There's nothing but a rock's throw till you get to that 50 period moving average. So that's the trade I'll be looking for if I do, in fact, get in to TQQQ as a trade. What else? How about some Crocs? Look at Crocs. Crocs is not doing very well. So I think what we can do is put a trend line on Crocs. Whoops. I thought we could. There we go. We can. Put a trend line here on Crocs. I'm going to go to a weekly chart. And if you go to the weekly chart, let's lift that up just a little bit. There we go. And let's put a line right here. I don't know if you can see it. I keep it kind of light, but that's the 500 period moving average right there. So right now we're sitting here at about 20, maybe 20.5% for a target to the 500 period moving average on Crocs. Back to the daily. So it's certainly a buy inside this area, a buy on the breakout. If it comes back up and above that 50 period moving average and starts turning those red dots green, I don't think I would want it at that level. So that would be the stop. Let's go peek at cloud real quick. And you can see that we're trying hard to fall from the cloud up there. So Crocs is one of those. And earnings, well, has now passed for this go round. So you have plenty of time till February. Let's see here. Lula. Yeah, Lulu is a short. That's also failing the cloud, FYI. Earnings in December, so plenty time. I'm going to write that one down. Lulu has Lulu. Lulu. That's got some good possibility. Thank you very much there, Brian. Yeah, Lulu looks good for a short. And then you had one more, Procter and Gamble. Yeah, Procter and Gamble's not doing too good at all. Let's look at the weekly here. Yeah, look at that weekly chart, man. That's the weekly. That's the chart I would focus on, and then I would trade the daily. But if you have doubts, look at the weekly chart. Excellent looking chart. For whatever it's worth, there's the 500 period moving average, about 15% away, down at 126 on this thing. And at 126 puts you about that neighborhood. That's a long way down. But you know what? It's been there before. So, yeah, Procter and Gamble not looking so cool, is it? P&G. Thank you. Hey, Mike Ross, ROST, Ross Tours. Yeah. It could be setting up for a long. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here we've rallied up. Well, we'll start over here. Look at this low to a high. We come back down and test the 50 for a higher low, made a higher high. We come down and test trend indicator, T-line, popped up for a higher high, came down and test T-line, trend indicator, and now we're on our way up. Yes, absolutely. Could be a nice long, a short trade, long trade, excuse me. Could very well be that. Absolutely. And Boot. Yeah, Boot. You know what? I think Boot needs to, it's got some stinky boots on right now. All right. It does. I think that's some stinky boots. Let's just draw a line from this top down to this low. And let's put a line right here. Right there. Above it, maybe consider that long. Below it, maybe not. That's the way I would look at Boot. Let's see, some MER. MER is looking good. Nice momentum trade moving up. Nice little pullback this morning into that 3-8 trap. That's looking fantastic. The only negative I really see about it is earnings is tomorrow. So that would be the big no for me. Yes, Daryl, AI is not shaping up so good for long, is it? Shaping up for that short trade. Yep, it sure is, unfortunately. Yes, it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for me to get out of here. We'll see the members at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up. Please, everyone, have a wonderful day. And think about that 2-hour coaching, okay? We'll see everybody. You guys take care.